Hello friends, welcome to Trilogy, and today we're going to talk about USSR expedition to Tibet, or in other words, Russian expedition to Tibet. On December of 1923, two unlikely travelers arrived in Darjeeling, India, intent to finding what could not possibly exist, Shambhala. Even with so many eyes on them, their expedition, it still managed to disappear from the face of Earth for months. When they finally emerged, they had a fascinating story to tell and even more secrets to hide. So, the two travelers were Nicholas and Helena Roerichs, two Russian expatriates traveling under a US flag. They informed the local authorities in Darjeeling that they were leading a scientific archaeological expedition aimed at cataloging the art and the culture of Central Asia for the first time. Their eccentric behavior quickly raised some eyebrows. Nicholas, a famed painter and archaeologist, walked around Darjeeling in the robes of Dalai Lama, held conspiratorial meeting with Tibetan lamas, and introduced himself as an American, even though his accent betrayed his Russian heritage. However, nobody was aware of the couple's true destination, which was Shambhala, a place not to be found in any map. Shambhala is a mythical city of Himalayas believed by Buddhist, Hindus, and local shamans to exist simultaneously on the plane of physical and spiritual plane. The legend of underground kingdom played an important role in every Tibetan tradition, and eventually rumors of its existence reached the west. And also, Roerichs also believed that Shambhala is a shortcut to enlightenment. And the day when Helena received a telepathic instruction from Master Moria, an otherworldly entity, encouraging the couple to leave the United States and seek the city for themselves. On that time, there was a war going on between USSR and British Empire called the Great Game, which could be a threat for them, but they still managed to enter the Tibet from India. Now let's talk about the expedition. The couple's eldest son, George, a noted Tibetologist, polyglot, and student of military tactics, was in charge of the group's safety. Also, it's not a small task, since the expedition was meant to cross 25,000 kilometers of previously uncharted roads. Given the enormity of the task, the fact that they chose to make this unexpected detour through Moscow in 1926 was bound to raise some questions. Why would Roerichs cross into Russia, adding hardship to an already impossible trail? Why? The most likely answer is that they were fulfilling a deal with their true sponsors, which was Russia, for the quest of Shambhala, namely the secret police, or you can say Soviet secret police. Soviet secret police is not alone in this game. According to the independent research by Richard Spence, there are several other world governments like China, Mongolia, Japan, Great Britain took an interest in the hidden city too. Most of officials intending to use the Shambhala's discovery for propaganda purposes, but some genuinely believe that they could also gain access to the hidden kingdom's mystical weapons. One powerful man who truly believed in prophecy, a leader of Cheka, the USSR secret police, Boki, genuinely thought that the hidden city would offer him access to the advanced weapons and mind-controlling techniques, and managed to convince his superior that the quest was worth looking into. The newly established USSR receptive to this idea. Even if there was no mystic armory to be found, if they managed to identify themselves as the hidden kingdom, they could enlist the help of Buddhist nationalists in the Mongolia and Tibet, thus strengthening their position in the Central Asia. But at very least, an expedition to search for Shambhala could also be a spy on British activity in the area. However, Boki was unable to secure the funds for the mission due to internal rivalries at Cheka. So, Boki has a solution for it. He allied with Nicholas and Helena, who was famously planning their expedition under a US flag, which can be a good thing for him. So, let's talk about the trek. In search of Shambhala, they would go through 35 mountain passes, cross the Gobi Desert, and chart tens of alpine peaks for the first time. But from the beginning, they were beset with the extreme weather, local rebel groups, armed bandits, poisoned grass, which took their horses down. As they moved on though, towards what they believed to be a hidden city, the trek became harder. The road was littered with animal skeletons. The expedition suffered from mountain blindness. Food was very sparse. The US flag was not enough to discourage attacks. The Roerichs remained optimistic. Nicholas was capable of finding beauty even in these blinding snowstorms, which almost cost them their lives in Karakoram mountain passages. So there's another question. So how close the Roerichs and Becky get to their real purpose? It is said that the closer one approaches to the hidden hollow earth city, the more vague their writing become, because Shambhala cannot be described in a mere words. As expedition went deeper, he increasingly recorded strange manifestations, fires, lights, and vision over their camp. His paintings also become more historic, increasingly depicting the Messianic king of Shambhala. After Soviets withdrew their support in 1926, the strangest part of entire journey came to pass in summer of 1927. The expedition, still watched by over major powers of an era, managed to disappear from the eye of the world for an entire year. Communication was lost. The Roerichs were considered dead. The only last thing that is certain is that the last 5 months of their disappearance were spent in the Tibetan government's detainment camp, where due to harsh conditions 5 members of expedition died. But no one knows what they did on the other remaining 7 months. They may be in the Shambhala kingdom itself, but nobody knows because they never tell what they did on those 7 months. But after that, Roerichs and their son trekked back to India. The closest they had gotten to Shambhala, according to Nicholas' diaries, was in the Altai Mountains, in the valley of Women, when an old believer proudly showed them the entrance to the subterranean kingdom, now barred with stone. The true denizen of Shambhala would return, he assured the Roerichs, in the glorious time of human purification. Till then, the rest of humanity would only hear the echoes of their chanting. So according to Roerichs, they did not make to Shambhala, but they also didn't tell what they did in the remaining 7 months when they were declared dead for an year. So this is still a mystery that we don't know. In the end, if the Roerichs were spying for the British or Soviet, the US did not hold it against them. They remained close friend to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a correspondent of Helena, whose administration sponsored the couple's next Asian expedition in Manchuria in 1933. Roerichs used the opportunity to keep searching for Shambhala, this time taunting the American leaders as the messianic figures soon to lead the world against the evil, which was now represented by the Bolsheviks. Weirdly enough, they settled in India. However, the scientific worth of their expedition cannot be underestimated. No matter their motives, they had trekked miles of uncharted lands, unearthed lost artifacts, catalogued flora and fauna previously unknown to the West. Despite the controversy surrounding his name, Nicholas would garner 3 Nobel Peace Prizes nominations and also established the Roerich Pact, an international treaty protecting cultural artifacts in time of conflict. The Roerichs even had a planet named after them in 1969. As for Shambhala, it still awaits the next explorer hidden inside a hollow earth. Thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe if you like this video and wish to see more videos like this. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. I'm sorry if I pronounce the name of places or person incorrectly.